Good morning, students. Welcome to another lecture on microprocessor and microcontrollers. Today I am going to discuss the MSB 430 5x6 family block diagram, and here we are in the part 2 of the MSB 430 5x6 family. In the previous session we have discussed about the part 1. In the previous session we have discussed about UCS and EEM and the different flash, RAM, ROM, power management, watchdog timer, and IO ports, and also USB and MS532. In this session we are going to discuss about the timers and the real-time clock and the remaining blocks which are present in the block diagram. And coming to the timers, these timers are very essential to almost every embedded applications, and the timers are used to generate a fixed period of time interval periods or events, and with periodic wake-ups and counting edges, and also replacing the delay loops with the timer calls that allows CPU to sleep or consuming much less power. That means whenever the system is not used, then the timer will call that no use of system, so that that particular IC will be in off state and it consumes less power. And these timers can also support multiple capture or compare. And here we are capturing or we are comparing different types of registers, and also pulse width modulation outputs, interval timings, and extensive interrupt capabilities which can be used. So here we have 4 timers: TA0, TA1, TA2, and a TB0 or a TA3. So these all are 16-bit timers, and this TA0 is with 5 CC register, that means compare capture registers, and TA1 is with 3 CC registers, and TA2 with 3 CC registers, and TA3 or TB0 is with 7 CC registers. Coming to the real-time clock, here RTC, and this is configurable for real-time clock with calendar function. That means this real-time clock is used for calendar function in order to tell us the time, date, month, year, or in a format we have seen that month, date, year, time, instance, hours, minutes, and seconds, etc. And it also provides interrupt capability. So that means here RTC, real-time clock, is used for setting or for time, and it also uses for calendar. And coming to this CRC, cyclic redundancy check, and this provides a signature for a given data sequence. Signature instance a very perfect sign, and it's also used to generate a feedback path from its bits. Bits of 0 or 4 or 16 or 11 and 15 bits. So here coming to the next one, USCI, Universal Serial Communication Interface, and this having 2 channels, this USCIA and USCIB. Here in USCIA we have UART, IRDA, and SPI, and coming to the USCIB we have SPI and I2C. I have already discussed about SPI and I2C and also UART in the previous sessions. And coming to the ADC12A, that means ADC instance analog to digital converters. Here it is a high performance analog to digital converter, and this module implements a 12-bit SAR and a sample select control, and also a 16 mode conversion and control buffer, which is used to convert the given analog input into a digital one, and it is having a 16 channels, which is of 14 is of external and 2 is of internal channels, and also it consists of 200 KSPS, that means kilo samples per second, and internal reference, and also auto scan interface. These all the features, these are the features which are present in the ADC12E, and that means analog digital to converter block. And coming to the reference module here, and this reference module is a general purpose reference system. That is, here we are going to use this reference to generate a voltage reference required for other peripherals and modules such as analog to digital converters or comparators or digital to analog converters, and also we are going to provide a reference voltages between 1.5 volts or 2 volts or 2.5 volts. And also coming to the comparator, it is a comparator here, comp B, and here we have written as a comparator B, which is an analog voltage comparator, and this is covers general comparator functionality up to 16 channels, and it also supports a precision slope analog to digital converter and supply voltage supervision, that is nothing but SVS, and monitoring the external analog systems. So each and every block here is performing its own operation. Suppose one is initiating a reference voltage, and another one is generating or converting the given analog digital signal analog signal to digital signal, and use UART, universal asynchronous receiver transmitter, and like this each and everything, and each for performing all these timing and all these operations, they are providing a timer C, a timer signals. So each and every component here are interlinked with each other in order to perform the task very effectively. And coming to the last one, that is a DMA, that is a direct memory access controller module. This is used to transfer the data from one address to another address of the CPU. Here, see here, it is a bidirectional link here, data line here, data bus here. That means here we are going to transmit or receive both the data from one address location to another location, and this devices contain the device which contains a DMA controller may have up to 8 DMA channels which are available. So in MSP 430 F5X5529 we have 3 channels, and this also reduces the system power consumption by allowing the CPU to remain in low power modes without having to awaken or to move the data to or from the peripherals by using this DMA. That means if we are not using this DMA, we need to interface with the other devices, and we need to work for a long time. So by having this DMA, we are going to reduce the size or reduce the time, and which leads for the low power consumption of a microcontroller. Thank you.